Hey everybody, welcome back to Muramasa Genroku Legends. This is Gonbe Act 2.
Ikoiki!
I can't believe the government's out to suppress us. What is this?
Help, help, I'm being repressed. We're in a narco-syndicalist commune. That's a Monty Python joke, nerds.
It just blows my mind that they're hiring ninjas to take care of a farmer and they're failing. So, this chapter takes place in Muramasa, much like Okoi's first act. And it actually has the same gate location, which is a little suspect, but the tile set and the music's actually different in some ways.
Cherry blossoms.
Yeah, Gonbe has no reason to skulk around in the dark. He just, goes out on a normal day and just protests with the government. Except not really, because demons are... What? Granted, it is kind of like a thing in this story that demons just go around and mess with people, but this was like the weirdest first encounter for me. But yeah, for the most part with Gonbe's combat, the hoe is going to be your workhorse, which is appropriate to say the least. The hoe is good hit stun, good damage, and you have hyper armor that comes with it, so you don't really have any issues of hit stun to worry about. It's just a really good weapon, especially the charge attack.
I'm a little disappointed that it's not Muramasa. But maybe it is, Maybe it'll turn out later that it's a Muramasa hoe called I don't know, called the Thirsting Soil or something.
That would be pretty good.
Or the Gopher Fucker.
Man, could you imagine how pitiful that samurai's life would be in the afterlife? He just appears in hell and is like, yo, I was just supposed to defend the government from insurrection, and this farmer comes out of nowhere and beats me to death with a hoe, and I couldn't do a thing about it.
Yeah, he'd have to kill himself again.
He gotta kill himself twice over for that shame.
He's gonna have to seppuku his own ghost.
Now, a thing that's really important to know about Gonbe's training line is that in the Scythe tree, there's a specific set of skills that require spirit that improve your I just usually call them shadow clones, your buddy farmer's abilities. And if you get those, they do a lot more in combat. Because typically if you, let's say, use special skills or air combos, they just stay on the ground. If you get those skills, it actually improves their AI and they do more things in response to what you do. So you have motivation to unlock the Scythe skill tree.
Well, it's like you said last episode, the point of the Scythe is really to use it up and then get a free quick draw.
Yeah, it's use it up, get your quick draw, get your buddy, and then your buddies now get better, which is wonderful.
So, that means in combat, basically what you can do is you can quick draw right off the bat, because it'll probably be charged by the time you get to a fight. Whip a bunch of scythes, then quick draw again and get your two dudes out in a pretty quick succession.
Yeah, that's what I figured out halfway through doing his post-game. I was like, wait a minute, this is actually really easy, what am I doing?
For sure, man, strength in numbers.
Mm-hmm. Now, an interesting thing that I could never quite figure out how to do, if you've played Smash Brothers, I think from Melee onward, I think that's when Ice Climbers was introduced, you can desynchronize your farmers.
Cool.
Like, if you could get it going properly, you could have them, like, covering both sides, have one attacking in the air, have another attacking with you. You could team up and get someone sandwiched in between two farmers. Gonbe's combat is actually really mechanically in-depth and interesting. It's also just kind of hilarious that I'm beating up people with this hoe.
I'm gonna keep harping on this throughout the entire thing. I can't get enough of his animations. They're so good.
It's just the look of, what am I doing?
He's just so determined. Look at him. Mm-hmm. He's just like, ninjas? Goblins? I ain't got time for this.
They don't know the toughness of farming. I'm stronger than them. I'm a little surprised that they sick a elite ninja on me right out the gate. That's actually really terrifying.
Well, I mean, we've established already this one's not fucking around.
Yeah, there is one thing I forgot to mention in the past episode. A lot of this gameplay is metaphors on how tough things were for Gonbe's revolution. To wit, Gonbe doesn't make money. I believe we'll see how much he gets at the end of this encounter if I finish it. There's the air special attack. It's really good. Like,
yeah,
both of the Bamboo Spear's abilities are insanely good.
it's just such a departure, you know? We've been so badass for 2 main game playthroughs and a DLC playthrough that now we're just this, like, brutish, graceless farmer, and it's just, it's so good.
Yeah, it's surprising how well he plays too. Like, it's not even a distinct break in gameplay. Now, I kind of blazed through that, but we got 1 mon from that fight.
You've had a number of fights and you're up to $15.
It's not even 15 bunks, that's the equivalent of 15 cents. In order to farm money in this game to get supplies, the best way to do it is to pray that you either get the 4, what are they called? Tengu fight? Or the 3 monk fight, because that gives you the best amount of money, period, outside of a boss fight at a whopping 4 mon.
Oh, wow. Well, if you don't mind a rhetorical question, do you know what they call a rich farmer?
No, actually.
A bandit.
Yes, that is a good point. Now, because, as mentioned before, you don't get a lot of money in this. Now, for context, the sweet rice wine you see there, that is 20 mon. We've done a lot of fights in this stuff, and I haven't even reached 20. We've gone through 5 fights. I can't even afford 1 healing item yet.
One extremely basic healing item.
Yes, that one can't even heal half my HP. This DLC is hard. Also, that is the only skill the hoe has. You jump in the air and your wife spins you like crazy. That skill will save your damn life.
It'll be interesting to see how things get when the game gets a bit more intense for you, because holy crap, man, I sucked down healing potions like they were going out of style.
Mm-hmm. There's gonna be, the final fight is actually absolute chaos, and I love it. But that's then, this is now. It's pretty easy once you realize that the hoe is super good if you get a charge attack in. Because your typical attacks, like, I believe right now they're doing 10 or 11 damage. We'll see right here. My hoes do... Oh, I'm not even using the hoe, whatever. I believe my hoe attacks do somewhere around 10 or 11 damage. Oh wow, that's probably not. I forgot the damage scaling. But we'll say in the first video my hoe was doing 6 to 7 damage. If I do a charge attack, I do 40 to 50.
Not bad.
Like, that is a charge attack to work with.
Now, I don't know what the final boss is, but I'm gonna say right now this is my Karnak the Magnificent envelope. I'm going to say that it is you and 30 farmers against 10 samurai.
Oh, that would be interesting, but not the case.
Wouldn't that be great?
No, but I think the final boss is, while not as appropriate, pretty good in terms of hilarity and a kind of a gameplay metaphor now that I think about it.
Oh, I can't even begin to speculate. I can't wait to see it.
It's just such a good fight, but we still have to get to this fight first. But
we have some okay fights to go first.
Yeah. As I just scream at ninjas.
Yeah, man.
Can you imagine how loud Gonbe screams to knock someone out of midair?
Well, hell, if you gotta tell Shinji the next field over to get his goddamn cart out of your way. You know, you develop a set of pipes.
I swear to God, I'm gonna break this damn cart if you don't move it!
Shinji, move your shit!
Now, I
like,
mentioned
okay.
in Okoi's story that they do kind of ramp up your soul game. And you do kind of see here that they start ramping up even faster just because of how fast the DLCs go. Also, this is an entirely new tile set that they made for this chapter, just for the means of having a new transition.
Yeah, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, it's a nice thing.
A building that you can go through.
It's a nice way of giving a player a sense of 3D depth in a map when the entire map is 2D. Kind of like with the like earlier in the DLC, we went from going through a city to a tunnel in a well back up through the city. That gives it a bit more of that, you know, environmental depth, making you feel like you're actually going somewhere instead of just going through the same buildings over and over again. They really
But you're infiltrating a city through the sewers. It's so good.
Yeah, that's how I felt when I first played this, and I thought that was really nice. It gives you that sense of atmosphere that you want and lack from a traditional, well, not a traditional, a modern game, where you would have a cutscene of the. Like, if this were a modern game, I'd imagine in anyone else's hands, you would see a cutscene of them infiltrating the sewer, then you would go into the city. In this one, you're actually going through the sewers and fighting demons. Also, we are totally screaming a bunch of eyeballs to death.
So, Highwang, how'd you spend your weekend? Well,
I just got attacked by a bunch of eyeballs, and I screamed them to death.
I done screamed a bunch of flying eyeballs into submission.
And then I had to talk to the governor about my farming issues. And oh no, they suck ninjas on me. Say this with just a giant stalk of wheat in my mouth.
Oh, that's so good. Just like thumbs hooked in your belt loops. Well, I reckon when typical channels of diplomacy have failed, it's time for the common man to employ some direct action. I reckon.
There's something down there that I didn't quite grab. It's a healing item, and we actually kind of need it. This boss is tough.
You're a starving farmer. You gotta pick up all the garbage food that you can get.
Yeah, especially considering this boss is super fucking mean. Like, holy shit.
Let me guess, it's a giant crow.
No, it's a 3-headed crow.
Oh, fantastic.
I've been getting
Croberous.
into Dungeons and Dragons recently, and I picked up a third-party monster manual, and one of the monsters they list is quite literally a 3-headed crow that is as big as a human, and I'm like, Cerberus?
D&D is so good. Like, it's so dumb, but it's so good.
Yeah. Like, one of my friends was jokingly asking me, hey, what do you call a 2-headed cyclops? And I just kind of screen cap this page and I just show it to him and like this.
I think you'll find it's called an etin.
It's called a biclops. A bicyclops. But yeah, we finally made our little goofy farmers just a little bit better, and we kind of need it. I could have gotten that, and that could have saved me a lot of headaches. Because one skill you get during the hoe line is the ability to, once a fight, revive.
That's not bad.
It is a wonderful skill that I honestly should have gotten. Because, ow, this fight is crap.
I see you hesitate there.
Yeah, I'm scared of this fight. I've never heard of someone called a functionary, but I'm guessing it's just kind of like a diplomat of some kind.
Like an administrator.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to remember who the guy's face reminds me of, though. It's got, like, the facial structure is very familiar, kind of like an actor's face, but I can't quite peg who he reminds me of.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, with the pompadour and the sideburns, he kind of looks a little bit like Hote.
Hote?
He's the fucking sweet guitarist who did the battle theme for Kill Bill.
How do you spell that? I kind of want to Google this now, since I've learned a lot of things when I'm doing this.
You know what, man? Don't sweat it. I'll find you the only song that you need to hear.
Ah.
And then I will link it to you right now.
But yeah, the general up and down of the plot is petitioning the government doesn't work, because they petitioned the local government, that didn't work. Gonbe goes to the main government, that didn't work. And this line is bullshit right here. Look, I sympathize with you, buddy, so if you just go away, I won't have you killed.
Yeah, but I mean, that would totally be in their rights to do so.
Yeah.
Because Samurai had a thing called Kirisute Gomen, which translates to authorization to cut and leave, which means that they could kill anyone they wanted without repercussions.
Now, was this just any old samurai, or like government enlisted samurai?
Well, technically every samurai was government enlisted.
Oh yeah, like rogue samurai or ronin, so.
And yet, not a crime to kill a ronin. Not a crime for a samurai to kill anyone.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty hardcore.
That's kind of harsh.
You had to watch your ass if you were low-born, because they could ice you for anything.
They could ice you for fun and call it law. Fucking rough.
Well, there's a related concept called Tsujigiri, which translates to crossroads killing, and that's when samurai would go out, sort of just into the back roads, and they would waylay and kill travelers to test out new swords.
Sheesh.
This is a true thing.
I mean, I'm not surprised, honestly. But I thought crossroad killing was the act of, like, if you bump into their swords, they're like, you have dishonored me, I will kill you now.
Nope, that's Kirisute Gomen.
Ah, okay. But yes, now that appealing to both forms of government haven't worked, they're gonna try to appeal to the shogun now. Also, this line is brutal right here. He knew he wasn't gonna live, so he shared a cup of water with his family as his final drink. That is harsh.
They are sure poor.
Like, I would say, can't even scrounge up money for like a little bit of rice wine, but given how even we can't get rice wine without fucking working for it.
Yeah, man. Just think, to be so poor that you don't even have tea.
Yeah. To be so poor that you can't even farm tea and use it. That is rough. Also, Moheiji
Well, I mean,
has a sad
they
life.
wouldn't be able to keep it anyway. Because they were taxed to shit.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it, boys.
Alright, boys, here's the plan. He's gonna go to a temple now, and then we're gonna go bum rush him.
Now what we're gonna do, see, is we're gonna present a petition, see?
This is a plan that farmers would come up with.
4 desperate men. Oh yeah, rebellion.
Now, this is kind of a weird transition into things, but it's a interesting way to get away with this boss fight. I can't tell if he's pissed. I can't tell if he's pissed or crying. Look at him. He looks like a mutant.
He looks like a big baby. A big lumpy baby.
I was gonna say that about the other guy, but yeah, he's just very angry right now. And your mention of what was it called? Like, I'm not gonna remember that name, but like being able to legally kill someone, it's actually gonna come into play here. They make mention of that, which is why I'm surprised you knew about it.
I played Way of the Samurai 4.
I should get that. That game looks so fun.
Oh, it's brilliant. I wanted to let's play it. In fact, I might. What the fuck, why not?
Do it, why not? It's great. Also, this act of vandalism just pisses off Gonbe.
Well, of course, that's perfectly good food.
Yeah, he says it right here.
Oh, hell yeah, Gonbe.
So I mentioned in a special video that 88 and 108 is a common theme, and in Gonbe's plot, the number 88 appears a lot. Gonbe loves to use that number. There's that class superiority showing its ugly head.
That handprint.
Yep. Sumo must bow to the sword.
That's right.
Also, that hand slap is actually a combat mechanic. So are you ready to fight E Honda? Because I sure wasn't. Transition.
Oh, I'm so ready.
Oh, Fukaku is such a hard fight. Holy shit. For how big he is fast. This is a fight that is going to test your ability to know when to go in, go out, use skills, and use your buddies, because if you don't, you are going to get rocked. So he doesn't start off fight. He will always start off the fight, and his first phase he loves to use the ground stomp. And you actually kind of want to hope he does that, because if he does a grab, it wastes a lot of time and damage. He also has this hand slap, which is probably the harshest move. He has a shoulder tackle, which is not bad, but if you get hit by it, it hurts.
His animations are so good, too.
Yeah.
They lovingly animated every ripple of every fold.
Well, Vanillaware is like pretty much 80% artists. And yeah, when you get past his first HP bar, his hand slaps, he'll do that little like slapping belly motion that you saw in the introduction scene. That means he's buffing himself to get projectiles, and his hand slaps will get like a good 2 or 3 gunbays in range. That's like the best measurement I could use. And also, once you get about halfway through the second HP bar, he goes into red mode, which means he's a lot faster now. Look at this. Whoa! This is why Bamboo Spear has the best skills. They have so many invincibility frames, but I got caught on recovery.
That'll happen. This music is so good, too.
It is pretty good. It's very appropriate. Also, I called him E Honda for a reason. He even has E Honda's butt slam. The only thing he's missing is the torpedo move. But I don't think they could get away with doing that for legal reasons.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
Now, the thing about this is that Bamboo Spear is going to be your boss killer just because its special abilities last so long and do so much damage.
Yeah, you're kind of clowning him a bit.
Well, this you say clowning a bit. This is my 4th fight.
Oh. The benefit of hindsight has allowed you to clown him.
Yes. And even then, I still get hit because Gonbe's recoveries are so long.
Yeah.
Also, he has this. He could do Akuma's little teleport move. That thing has caught me off guard so many times. It's the worst. Yeah, once you hear that slap sound, run. Because that dude's gonna rock the world. And I think when he's in red mode, he actually gets faster attacks too. Because that grab came out way faster than I was expecting.
Oh yeah.
And I was hoping to kill him with the spooky ghost face, but I wasn't lucky enough. Damn.
Way to go, class warrior. I'm proud of you.
You have avenged your farmer brother.
You've avenged that rice.
And now that we have slaying the disrespectful samurai, it is time for ultimate sadness.
信濃大根領百姓お願い立てまつるご訴訟いたします
This seems like a bad idea, because
大根領
you should really just hold it by hand. Coming at him with a stick seems threatening.
Sure, we have a document on a stick.
They got a document on the stick! Get him! And sadly, Umekichi's dead.
Oh man.
梅吉よこんなん
They put his headscarf on his skull.
When I was recording this, I looked at that and was like, wait, they kept the scarf on him? How? They also perfectly bleached his skull. That's impressive.
して命をかけたのに抗議は訴えを聞かなんだおめのかかになんて言えばええだ
Just this mix of sadness in the music. Aw, it hurts.
I really like Gonbe's manly tears.
自分を責めるでね
He respects his fellow farmer.
梅吉は花から一人で直訴するつもりだっただ
Oh, you stupid
俺
bastard.
たちが納得しねえと
Umekichi is such a good friend, he didn't want his fellow brothers to be hurt.
That noble bastard!
A beautiful soul. He was too bright for this world.
Gonbe's gonna have to marry his wife now.
梅吉の訴状を抗議が黙殺したっちゅうことはおそらく大根藩に一切後始末させる気だ大根に戻れば俺たちは
Yeah, the three of them are now in a really tight spot. Because of Umekichi's actions and what's going on at Une right now, they can't go back. Going back would mean death.
晒し首になったと聞いてきただがやはりおめたちだったそうか
What's a gibbet?
Cage on the stick.
よく
Oh,
一芸になれなんだおめが来たということは大根で一気になっただかいや
It's so that passersby can watch you starve to death and then slowly rot.
Ah, yeah, I
And
remember
then be like,
seeing...
I'm not gonna do that.
I remember seeing that in a movie that I can never remember the name of, but it's like a Lord of the Rings knockoff. God, what was it called? Willow, I think?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. I was gonna take exception to Lord of the Rings knockoff, but no, you're pretty much on the money.
I know what I'm talking about. I watched that movie with friends, I'm like, this is Lord of the Rings, isn't it?
Pretty much, except with Warwick Davis.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Warwick Davis. And Val Kilmer!
Yeah, Val Kilmer was the guy that was in the gibbet.
Mad Mardigan.
Mhm.
一人で勢いあるだ
It is time for revolution. We are gonna fuck up all the rights that they've been storing.
梅吉を閻魔様の前で長くは待たせんわい
3人だオラがいねえと蔵の扉は打ち壊せんどどうせ死ぬならおっかに腹いっぺい食わせてや
I
り
don't
て
see how your mother's gonna get a full death out of your revolution death.
そんなら
She's more likely gonna get arrested and convicted for harboring a revolutionary.
Probably hung up on a gibbet, too.
Yep, next time on Muramasa, we're gonna see the final chapter, but first, hot tub scenes.
Oh, Gonbe's got a dad bod.
He looks so gaunt. It's so weird. I mean, it makes sense, but wow.
Pot belly and a hollow chest. That's
Yeah.
malnourishment.
Yeah, that's so rough. He also got Popeye arms.
We're the same, Gonbe. We both chase monkeys.
Yeah. Also, this. There's a lot of weird stories about hot springs in this game. This being one of them.
どうしただ
I think he's been in there a bit too long. He's starting to hallucinate.
きっと噂に聞くレー
That'd be
サー
funny.
だよ
It's like, honey, what are you doing? That's another monkey.
なんだか影が濃くなっちまう
His buddies come across Gonbe just crying openly, like, baby, I miss you so much. And his monkey's there just like,
Get me out of here, Valve!
I love it.
The other one is the other ally that you don't see often. He basically says the same thing. Hey, you were chasing a monkey. What are you doing, buddy? But yeah, next time, Revolution!
Viva la revolution!